It's called Café Anyway. Welcome to Café Anyway. Woo.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
3, 2, 1. It's Mike. Hi. Welcome to Mike's Daily Podcast. Episode
Mike's Daily Podcast.
3,309. 3309. 3,309. It's Mike Matthews. What's going on? Are you well? Are you fine? Are you doing stuff that's not really cool? And people that you know, they think that you don't rule. These are questions you might ask.
Daily Podcast.
Or did you ever go to a sauna rave? That sounds like a bad idea because you're already dancing. You're already expiring energy on the dance floor, but then it's a sauna and it's over 100 degrees. This must be a young person thing. But young people of the world, you are not invincible. Someone I know who knows someone said that their 20-something-year-old son is suffering from a B12 deficiency and he's in the hospital. And it's like, kids are not as indestructible as they used to be. What happened? We probably consume things that weren't natural in the original world. But I don't know. I grew up in a world that had a lot of synthetics everywhere and somehow made it into my 30s, 40s. I guess you can say by the grace of God went I. So sauna raves, not the greatest idea, but young kids are into these. On Eventbrite, you heard of Eventbrite? Your friend goes, hey, I'm going to throw a big party and you can go through Eventbrite to to tell me that you're going or not. Well, why can't I just tell you if I'm going or not in person or text? No, you got to say it on Eventbrite. Well, through that website, it turns out that sober, curious gatherings have risen by almost 100%. And you hear a lot of young people say the phrase 100%.
And here's today's podcast picture.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go with the podcast picture. Woo! It's of Livermore. Why not? Livermore is such a fascinating town, and this is in their town square, and they've got a old Carnegie Museum there. Library, Carnegie Library. You can find out all about Livermore, interestingly enough, in what they call the Far East Bay. So it's part of the Bay Area, but it's in the far east part. Had a lot of people go there that were sick back in the day because it was so warm, so hot, and there were springs, and it was sort of a rejuvenation center. There might have even been saunas. The late great Basil the Boxer and I went there many a time. Walk through Livermore, but we try to go on a cooler day because it's quite hot there in the summertime. So there are DJ sets at these sauna raves and dance parties that happen in saunas. Apparently that type of thing is up almost 300% this year. But did you know also, talking slightly younger, how about tweens, 8 to 12 years old? They have purchased products from inside video games. They do that a lot. 7 in 10 tweens, that's 70%.
I also take back these statements and apologize.
I have no idea who that guy was, James Carville. I apologize. Let's say they have purchased products from inside video games. Do you know who would never, ever, ever, ever do that? The guy who's talking into your ear right now? That to me is the craziest thing. I do not like purchasing anything in the digital world. It drives me crazy. I had to do it once with Google. So everything I've done basically with Google has been free. I do the free stuff with everything. Even the Mike's Daily Podcast at gmail.com if you want to email me. I did their Google Photos, and then they got me. All I want to do is sit on a couch and eat corn chips. Because they knew that was my modus operandi, and I had all these wonderful pictures uploaded, and I wanted to keep uploading, and they said, no, now you got to pay for it. But I had an old phone number that I had for many years, And well, I lost it basically because I had to switch. I got a new phone system, couldn't keep the old phone number for whatever weird reason. So I ported. That's the sound of porting. I ported. Sounds like a weird thing to do is to port. Are you drinking port? Are you hanging out at a port somewhere? Port's a call, perhaps? Maybe Port Café Anyway. Oh, by the way, we're in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth in the land of Ameritopica, hanging out at Port Mike. I'm Mike Matthews, and we're broadcasting from Café Anyway. But yes, perhaps you knew what that was, and you're super.
Thanks for asking.
And I was asking.
Super. Thanks for asking.
The other thing that young people say all the time, thanks for asking. Or if they're on a podcast, thanks for asking that question. Well, I had to. I'm the interviewer. I have to ask you questions. So back to porting, which means basically I took the phone number that I used to have and moved it over to Google, which basically is a way of keeping the phone number. And then at some point I can tie that to another phone. It's a weird thing.
If you're not able to do this, you can admit it. It's okay.
Oh, I didn't ask AI about it either.
It's totally okay to double check me, but I promise I'm doing my best.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. These things lie.
Ah, I see what you mean. So the
AI is designed to be so sycophantic. You're the best. They start with that premise. You're the best, Mike. What's your question, Mike? You're absolutely wonderful. I'm your best friend. Here, keep talking to me so I can get data from you that I can harvest. My company that owns me can harvest. It's just
You're a very
using
rude
you.
person. The way you treat Sarah Huckabee is horrible, and the way you treat other people are horrible. You shouldn't treat people that way.
Said Trump
Ask
to
that all Americans recommit with their hearts in resolving our difference peacefully.
Let's resolve our problems peacefully. Unless you're AI, then I'm not going to resolve I hate you, AI. Gosh. The friendly chatbot ones is what I really can't stand. As we go outside a cafe anyway, where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast, somewhere in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth in the land of Ameritopica. So I don't understand this whole thing about, I think that cost about $20, by the way, to port. Or in other words, instead of using the fancy verb that didn't exist until 10 years ago, I moved my phone number over to something that I could hold on to it at. But 7 in 10 tweens have purchased products from inside video games, and more than half have purchased from
You're crazy. This is madness.
And have said those things, as they purchased from e-commerce sites that were from certain brands that were in the video games. So they saw a brand in the video game, a type of jeans maybe, or a type of hat, or a type of, I don't know, tchotchke. And then they went to the brand's e-commerce site and bought it. The video game was an advertisement for that e-commerce site. Your brand that is missing out if you don't have a presence in video games like Roblox or TikTok, says Rob Black. His name kind of sounds like Roblox.
Latina Uzi.
Doesn't sound like Latina Uzi, though. I don't know why that appeared at Café Anyway. But he is heard on AM 1220 KDOW weekdays at 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, and he's on Cron TV Monday through Thursday in the 9 a.m. hour, and I produce his podcast. And I guess my point is that I'm not really keen on the whole watch what you throw money at when it comes to this digital world. I don't understand why people are paying for chatbots. Oh, well, if I pay for it, then it gives me it unlocks all these extra things that I don't have access to if I just use the free version. So wait, so you're basically paying for the free version and then the company is making money off of you two ways.
Great soundtrack.
That is the one that goes like, no. Hey, that was Rob singing on my show. Crazy. So you're paying for them twice because they're making money off of you. And then they are also doing the thing where they just take your data and they harvest your data that way. So they're turning into billionaires, gazillionaires. Millionaires are everywhere, though. This is weird. The U.S. has about 23.8 to actually 24 million millionaires. What? The U.S. has 24 million millionaires? That is people with a net worth over $1 million. That's roughly 1 in 10 American adults.
All right, Mike, take care. Thank you. Good to see you.
There goes one right now. Leaving us at Café Anyway, going into Café Anyway. If you look at households instead, estimates are around 24 million millionaire households, or about 1 in 5 households. But they may not be, these rich people may not be people that are in the alcohol industry, because there are 2 trends destroying the alcohol industry. Sober culture, and like the sober curious parties we were hearing about earlier, and GLP-1s. Yes, the things that give you bad breath, that make your face disappear, that make your bottom disappear, that take away your drive, your libido. 54%, way over half of Americans say they drink alcohol. That is the lowest rate since records began, says the laughing clown. Since records began back in 1939. Really? 54% is low? Wow. Apparently that is the lowest rate. About only 50% say they drink if they're between the ages of 18 and 34. Good, they're not supposed to be drinking at 18 or 19 or 20. And really, if you drink, you're hurting your liver. Did anyone ever tell you that? Or tell these 18 to 13 or 34-year-olds? They're hurting their livers. That's the other thing about B12 deficiencies. You're supposed to be eating more liver, is what I caught a quick glimpse of. But that was from AI, so who takes that seriously? But it was 72% just 2 decades ago. Yes, the ages 18 to 34 were drinking.
Kind of bee sting, luckily.
Hey, here's a young person. He's at a radio station.
Always, you are listening to KCRH 89.9 FM, the East Bay's best variety.
Awesome. What an awesome guy. Oh, I didn't have the part where he played one of my requests. I guess that was on a previous podcast. But hey, that is an actual radio station in the Bay Area that belongs to a college called Chabot College that's located in Hayward, California. And perhaps you are listening to me on Cama Radio, which is at 1013, and you can listen to that and hear all kinds of great music. I think Chris would be an excellent DJ on that station. I'm going to be DJing an hour's worth of music around, I guess, around the 4th of July for Cama Radio. I'm really excited. And I'm heard Monday through Friday at 5:30 a.m. with this show, Mike's Daily Podcast. So 20 years ago, 72% of 18 to 34-year-olds were drinking. Now, only 50%.
Why do they always interrupt our snacking?
Because they're snacking.
You're a demon.
They're like probably being a little more adventurous with the hashish, the pot, the weed. Which, hey, you're messing up your lungs in that case. Forget about the liver. There goes your lungs. Alcohol and peripheral artery disease, big time with that. Whereas the alcohol turns to sugar and messes up your pancreas. This is a whole other... Moderation, folks. Did anyone ever say moderation around here outside of Café Anyway, somewhere in podCastro Valley? So alcohol companies are on the rocks. Like that great song from Neil Diamond. Love on the rock! Ain't no surprise. Mike messed up his voice by trying to sing like me. My mom had a Neil Diamond Greatest Hits album that she played over and over again. I find out as I get older, lots of people's moms did the same thing. I would like to say something about my lovely lady friend's mom is a big fan of Neil Diamond, apparently. And my mom...
They will be met with fire, fury, and frankly, power, the likes of which this world has never seen before.
Trump's favorite word, fury. My mom was a huge fan of Donald Trump. She put the sign up on her yard. Thing is, she was living in Florida, and everybody on her street had the Trump signs up. I met Sebastian Gorka once. You've heard about him probably if you've caught anything having to do with conservative media. I told him about that. My mom liked to put the sign on her front lawn. He said, "Tell her good job from here." That's how he sounds. Revenue. Oh, he's a big 80s music fan too, which is what the kind of music I'll be playing on that 1 hour show on Camera Radio coming up around the 4th of July. America's 250th birthday. Woo! 250. You know what? I've decided I'm going to stick around for the 300th one. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to somehow do it. So, Love on the Rocks. Oh, by the way, it was the first big Neil Diamond Greatest Hits album that had Sweet Caroline and I Said and Suleiman and Love Revival something show. Forget what. Salvation Show. Oh, gosh. Neil sang and wrote some interesting songs. Good stuff. Okay. I call it good stuff. You may call it something else. We won't be playing Neil Diamond, though, during my 1 hour of music. I've got some other stuff lined up.
It didn't go quite as planned.
It did not. If you want to watch this, by the way, I'm doing a video of it. It'll only be up for about a day. Once this is posted, you can find it at mikesdailypodcast.com. So Constellation Brands, they're the big company behind Corona and Modelo. They dropped 11%. The world's second largest wine and spirit seller is Pernod Ricard. They fell 15%. And roughly 50% of patients who drink alcohol prior to starting GLP-1, the GLP-1s decrease their alcohol consumption.
What in the world was that about?
GLP-1s will suppress alcohol consumption by up to as much as 75%. So about 6% of Americans used GLP-1s in 2024, just 6% 2 years ago. Now that is doubled this year. Novo Nordisk, one of the GLP-1 drugs, their sales has risen up more than 30%. And Eli Lilly's weight loss drug Mounjaro, that rose over the past year 125%. Yeesh. And now, one last thing to look at is Amazon. But first, this thing. This guy stopping by.
They have 150 to 200 gas pumps.
Talking about Café Anyway.
Massive. It's like a Walmart-sized convenience store.
I'll say.
And inside is anything you can imagine food-wise, from burgers to barbecue to chicken.
So it's like a truck stop on
That's right.
steroids.
It is like that.
At least. Maybe a quadruple dose of steroids.
I'm surprised.
You know, it's so weird that people that want cough medicine at 3 a.m. can now get a delivery within 30 minutes at a drop-off, though. It's a delivery to a drop-off. So I guess you still got to pick it up from the drop-off, which why didn't you just go to the store? But that's their whole Amazon Now thing. Hey, look who's here outside of Café Anyway, somewhere in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth in the land of Meritopia. Hi, Mac. It's Benita the Rodeo Queen. How you doing? How about my horse Nelly?
It's a disgruntled fiddle player. Tell you what.
What?
I think John Oliver has something profound to say right now.
In general, it is good to remember that however much an app might sound like a friend, what it is a machine. And behind that machine is a corporation trying to extract a monthly fee from you.
AI.
And that kind of sums up for me what is so dystopian about all this. Because while that guy you saw earlier said that selling AI friends is low risk because they're just entertainment, that's not actually how friends work.
No.
Friends can be the most important figures in your life.
They can.
People confide in friends.
They do.
Ask advice. They say, I'm depressed, or I've got a crazy idea about math.
Math is crazy.
And true friends know when to listen, when to gently push back, and when to worry about you.
Yeah.
And in hindsight, maybe it was a mistake to let some of the most flamboyantly friendless men on earth be in charge of designing friends for the rest of us.
Sam Altman, Mark Zuckerberg, all the rest, very friendless. John Oliver sounds like a friend. Like you. You're a friend, Disgruntled Fiddle Player.
Thank you. I hope you know that you got a friend in me. Like that song from that Toys movie.
Yeah, the Toys movie. They were friends. Look who else is here. Oh, Mike, I make delicious root beer. Have some right now. Thank you. I could sure go for some. I've been talking for a little bit. Oh, that's very good. What is that?
That's root beer, Mike. I make the root beer in the basement of the Café Anyway, not the Santa Fe Cafe. I don't do that anymore because I'm the brewmaster. Drink it right now. I'll cut you. Oh, I don't know who this Mondami guy is, but I hear that he's running out of money.
I've heard about that too. Your scary voice.
Mondani shows up. He's this young, handsome, charismatic guy who came out of nowhere and won big in the most important city in the world, Trump's hometown, no less. He walks in, he smiles, he shakes Trump's hand. Trump now looks over in the corner. He sees J.D. Vance. All sweaty and eager. And
he's a little sweaty sometimes.
He sees Stephen Miller sucking on his pinkies. And he looks around at all these weird, unattractive, AI-generated human vomits in his office. And he's like, why can't I have this Mamdani around? It's the classic opposites attract love story.
Is he fired yet? Is that guy fired yet? I don't know. Ports. I guess that's what it reports. Porting. That's his reporting anyway. About
what president ever talks like that?
I don't know.
That's not who we are.
I guess what we are is done with the show. But if you would like to chime in, you can be like a wind chime blowing in the wind. You can make some noise, kind of a ding, kind of a dong. You can talk to me and tell me what you think is wrong. You can say whatever you want. You can say, Mike, stop rhyming things. You can say, Mike, we love it at the beginning of the show when we hear you sing. And I can say, you know what, that's great. That's fine. I want to stop the show right now because I'm tired of doing the rhyme. And here's what we do. Here's the number to call.
Call Mike at the Café Anyway hotline. Area code 510-228-4640.
That's the end of the show. That's all. And with all things having to do with Mike's Daily Podcast, we go to the main frame and hear from A-Frame. Thank you for listening.
Thanks again. Thank you for listening. We really appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye.